Let's be real. Buying a home is probably the biggest investment you're ever going to make. So, how do you make sure that dream house isn't actually a financial nightmare in disguise? Well, today, we're going to break down the anatomy of a truly five-star home inspection. We're talking about the kind of deep dive that shows you exactly what's hiding behind that fresh coat of paint.
You know, it's the one question that keeps every home buyer up at night. You fall in love with the layout, the perfect kitchen, the great backyard, but what about the things you can't see? We're talking about things like shoddy contractor work, hidden storm damage, or major appliances that are just about to give up the ghost. These are the things that can turn that dream into a total disaster.
And look, if you're buying a home somewhere like Central Florida, the stakes are just so much higher. You're not just buying a house, you're dealing with the fallout from massive hurricanes like Ian and Nicole. You've got skilled labor shortages that lead to mistakes, even on brand new homes. And you have the constant year-round battle against moisture, which, as you know, leads to mold and wood rot. It's a really unique environment, and it demands a whole other level of inspection.
So, how in the world do you navigate all those risks? Well, you need a benchmark. You need to know what a truly great inspection even looks like. For this explainer, we're going to use the standards set by a company in Central Florida, First Choice Home Inspections, because their entire business model is really built on this idea of trust and just incredible thoroughness.
This right here, this quote really gets to the heart of it all. This isn't just some fancy marketing slogan. It's a promise. Thoroughness, fairness, and effectiveness. Those are the three pillars of trust. It means the inspector works for you and only you, and their only job is to give you the honest, unvarnished truth about that property.
Okay, so let's be perfectly clear about what we're talking about here. A real comprehensive inspection is not some quick 45-minute walkthrough. No way. It's a deep, non-invasive look at all the home's major systems. We're talking from the foundation to the roof, and it should take, 3, maybe 4 hours. And the goal isn't to pass or fail the house. It's to give you a detailed, objective report on its exact condition, period.
And this right here is the absolute foundation of trust. An inspector must work only for you, the customer. They have to follow nationally accepted standards, like the ones from InterNACHI. And this is a big one. They should never offer to perform repairs on a home they inspect. I mean, why? Come on. That is a massive conflict of interest. Their job is to find the problems, not to create more business for themselves by fixing them.
So who are the actual people upholding these really high standards? In any great service company, it always comes down to the people. And for First Choice, it's this husband and wife team, Frank and Diana Carr. What they bring to the table is this perfect combination of deep technical know-how and just top-tier customer service. It really makes them stand out. So you have Frank. He's the boots on the ground. He's fully licensed in Florida, he's InterNACHI-certified, and he actually comes from a background in the building trades, so he really knows how a house is put together from the inside out. When you read reviews, you see the same words over and over. Thorough, knowledgeable. Then you have Diana, who runs the office. She's the one you talk to first, and reviewer after reviewer just raves about her being so polite, accommodating, and just plain amazing. That whole seamless experience from start to finish, that's a huge part of what makes it work.
Now, here's something you absolutely have to understand about the Florida market. A one-size-fits-all approach just does not work. Not at all. Different types of homes face completely different challenges, and a great inspector has to understand all those little nuances. This is where that specialized knowledge becomes absolutely critical. A really top-tier inspection company is going to offer a whole menu of services that are tailored to that local market. This stuff goes way beyond just a standard inspection. We're talking specific inspections for condos and mobile homes, those essential insurance inspections like 4-point and wind mitigation that can actually save you a ton of money, and crucial deep dives for moisture and pools. They even handle new home warranty inspections, which is like that final check before the builder's off the hook.
So, why is a special condo inspection so important? Well, get this. Florida has over 1 million condo units. That's more than any other state in the country. And a condo inspection is totally different. You have to focus intensely on what's going on inside the unit because the building association handles the rest. An inspector has to know exactly what to look for within those 4 walls.
And here's another statistic that might surprise you. About 1 out of every 3 new homes built in Florida is actually a mobile or manufactured home.
Now, these homes aren't built to local codes, they follow federal HUD standards, and they're built on a steel frame. An inspector who doesn't get those differences could miss some really critical issues.
And the Florida fun doesn't stop there. Think about this: pools and rain. A lot of rain. Almost 40% of homes have a pool, and the state gets hammered with over 55 inches of rain a year. This is exactly why those dedicated pool and moisture intrusion inspections aren't just some luxury add-on. They're necessities to avoid thousands of dollars in hidden repairs.
Okay, so the standards are high, the services are specialized, but what's the real-world impact? You know, the most powerful proof you can find always comes straight from the customers, from people who've actually been through it. Just take a look at this review from John Gold. Frank was amazing and saved me from purchasing a bad property. I mean, this is it. This is the whole ball game right here. It's not about just checking a few boxes. It's about protecting you from making a massive financial mistake. And that shout out to veterans, that just shows you this is a company that really cares about its community. And remember what I said about the whole experience? This quote just nails it. A great inspection service starts the second you pick up the phone. You get prompt, polite, professional service from Diana on that very first call. And that just sets the stage for a relationship built on trust.
Okay, let this one really sink in for a second. Joy K says the inspection saved her from a house that was a legitimate safety hazard and, get this, would have cost her $35,000 in repairs. That is the return on your investment, right there. The few $100 you spend on a quality inspection can literally save you tens of thousands down the line.
So after looking at all the risks, the high standards, and these real-world results, what's the big takeaway? How can you make sure that you get this level of protection when you're buying a home?
Here's your playbook. This is what you look for. First, are they legit, state licensed and nationally certified, like with InterNACHI? Do they have a published code of ethics you can read? Do they offer those specialized services for your type of property? Ask them if they deliver detailed, easy-to-understand reports with lots of photos and if they actually want you to be there for the inspection. And finally, just read the reviews. Look for that consistent praise about being thorough, professional, and a good communicator. And this right here is the bottom line. You might think what you're paying for is a 50-page report, but you're not. The true product of a 5-star home inspection, the thing you're actually buying, is confidence. It's the confidence to move forward with the deal, the confidence to negotiate for repairs, or even the confidence to walk away from a really bad investment.
And so, that really just leaves us with one final question for you to think about. When you're making what is likely the biggest purchase of your life, what is that peace of mind really worth to you?